live death every day.
The meeting is now in order. Now what do you say if we form a new club?
Buckwheat. Clubhouse is open.
The rules of this club must be obeyed.
What is up, everybody? From the darkness and the heart of Lovecraft country in the birthplace of American religious liberty, my name is Shanth and Jetty. You are watching Shanth and Jetty Art, and it's getting spooky up in this place, guys. So, you may find yourself wondering, hey, what is up here? What's going on? What is Shanth working on? Well, that is the question, isn't it? That is the question. So, tonight I wanted to kind of bring things down, have it be a little bit chill in here, slow it down, not bring anybody down. That's not the way that we work around here. I am currently doing some work on a project that some of you may know. It is going to be my next crowdfund campaign, but we're also here for me to do one very important thing. And my name is Shanth and Jetty. This is Shanth and Jetty Art. And my job for this evening is to remind everybody who hasn't yet to back Nosfero the Crypt Walker. The art edition and second edition are going to be breathtakingly beautiful. But my main objective here is to say thank you. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it so much. And let me crank up the volume just a little bit. Is this better right here? Is this a better volume situation? Let me know. And here we go. Sound is a little low, people are saying. Well, I'm also being a little bit quiet, which is unusual for me. But let me check and see what I can do about that with the system preferences. So for everybody who's ever wondered, what kind of work do I do, and what kind of other things do I do? Well, this right here, and hopefully this won't blow anybody's eardrums out. How is that? Is that better? Is that a little bit louder? I don't want to deafen anybody who has their volume all the way up right now. Hopefully it's all right, and if it's causing any kind of physical pain, let me know. So I was just talking to Mrs. Ingetti as I was putting her to bed, and talking to her about how thrilled I am about how this campaign has gone, how this Second Chance campaign has gone, and what's next for us. So as many of you guys know, Nosfero, the Crypt Walker, Nosfero is the start of something incredibly exciting, something that I owe my gratitude for so many things, to so many people, and one of those people, and I need you guys to understand this, okay? This is going to be a little bit painful here. Some of you guys are going to be triggered, all right? This is going to be bad, okay? I owe a massive debt of gratitude how do I say this? To Kathleen Kennedy. There it is. It was as painful as I thought it was going to be. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Kathleen Kennedy, to the OG Fandom Menace, to the OG High Council, and to many of those folks who I still enjoy. Talking about my man Doomcock, and of course that is where I found out about Ethan Van Sciver, Comicsgate, and all of that stuff. And of course I'm going to launch Young Nosfero next. How did you know that's what I was going to do? Spoiler alert. Hello. Spoiler alert, random. But I was thinking about the fact that when I started doing all of this stuff, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, which was completely insane. I wanted to do a fully painted comic book. Now, this is not something that you see a lot of. And I was thinking about how incredible things have gone with Nosfero and how excited I am about this project. Because you don't see a lot of original creations that are fully painted. The fact that I was introducing people to a new story, but Comicsgate was there for me. And Comicsgate has been there for me. And I am so excited about where everything is going. And this project that I'm going to be working on next, which is going to be my next campaign, and when I say I'm going to be working on it, it is well underway, as many of you guys know, is going to be The Cat's Pajamas. The project, sorry for the flicker there, that's required by law, but for those of you guys wondering how detailed this stuff is going to be when it's done, you've just been looking at that small eye right there in the corner. And there is more to see than could possibly be easily described. But does anybody in the chat have any idea who this character is? Anybody have any thoughts on this? The greatest of fools, says my man Timmy Mello. Kathleen Kennedy, where of course the fools always precede the masters. Failure and incompetence from one person motivates success and determination in another. He's always right. Random, you win. You win today, brother. You win. Yes, indeed, Timmy Mello. It is spring ball, guys. No, Tammy D, it's not your blessed mother. No, no, no. Spang bell. That's right, Simply Green. You know what I'm talking about, guys. So, we have things to do. Now, we have with us a friend that I met, a new pal, a new member of the club, the He-Men Comic Makers Club, as we like to call it. It's Bruce Campbell's Chin, and Bruce Campbell's Chin was in here when I was about to talk about this book that I am describing as a cross between, it is Evil Dead meets Spider-Man. It is Evil Dead meets Spider-Man. That is the pitch for this book. And that was the case for so long, and I didn't even think about it, and this is just me roughing it in. But that was the case for so long that I didn't even realize that I had a reel-to-reel recording that he clicks on to get the backstory of the mad scientist in this book. So there is your Evil Dead homage, reel-to-reel. And it doesn't get any realer than that, folks. So this is the crazy thing about it. As I look at Spring Ball, and I've been doing layouts and InDesign of the books and all of that stuff, but as I look at it all, the thing that gets me the most excited about is a part of this super horror hero book idea that I'm doing. And you're 100% right. It's the reel-to-reel that started the whole mess. And that's the thing that I am most excited about. What's up? And let me say hi to my channel members because it's crazy late. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stream for because I have some work to do in the morning. Mike Likes Tacos. Welcome, channel member Mike Likes Tacos. Awesome One is here. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to Timmy Mello. It is great to see you, channel member Timmy Mello. Welcome to channel member Spaceman. Absolutely, I got you covered. Welcome to Simply Green. Welcome to Tammy D. Welcome to Random McRanderson, fan of young Nosfero. I freaking love that, man. Let me see who else I've got here. Where are all my channel members? Make sure I got you guys in here. All right, I think I have got you guys. We've got James Hunsinger here. Great to see you, James. We've got Bretsky the Great. It's great to see you, OG. We've got channel member Amoral Fat 40 ounce. Amen. We have got Sergeant Politeness saying hi, Comicsgate. Hi, Comicsgate. Back to you, my friend. Back to you. Oh, yeah, no worries. But you know what? I have to apologize here. No rules, just right. It's like Outback Steakhouse. Edwin, the Ace Volume 3 is live. Acevedo saying, hail, peeps. It is great to see all of you guys. Skeleton Core Comics, another channel member, is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Spring Ball is on his way. He's going to be the next campaign that I launch. So this campaign, so I am now, and I was going to talk about this a little bit here, but I am now, this is my 4th campaign I've done. So Art Books 1 and 2 were my first 2 Indiegogo campaigns. Then there was Nosfero, my first painted comic book. And now there is the Second Chance campaign on Nosfero. And with every one of those campaigns, I've been doing it the hard way, and I did it deliberately with the first printing of Nosfero. I said, I'm not going to launch the Second Chance campaign until that book is completely painted and it's out there. And that's something that I would not advise. Well, I would not advise a responsible person who knows how to handle their campaigns to do that with 2 campaigns under their belt. But I knew when I was coming into Comicsgate that I was sort of an unknown commodity. What is up? Make comic books great again. It is great to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I knew I was an unknown commodity. I knew that. And I didn't want to come in here and have a campaign going and then launch another campaign. To me, I was concerned about that. But it really is foolish if you're serious about making this a business and making this your career. And so what I wanted to do is, now that I've got, Nosfero is painted, I'm just doing sort of, the bonus stuff and the layout stuff, and it will be going to print not long after I wrap up In Demand. But this is the big thing, man. And this is the big crazy thing. Spring Ball is going to be launching soon. Because Spring Ball, I want to see I think it's a freaking fantastic comic book. And it's a fantastic character. And the story is so good. And I've been working with my buddy. I've been talking to my buddy Rocky about it, and he knows the meaning of the title of Spring Ball. So the book is going to be called, and this is a rough layout for it. Let me see if I can find it here for you guys. Let's see here. Here's a rough layout here, not that one. File, open recent. Let's try this one. There you go. So here is the crazy rough layout for the cover that you're seeing right here. And, oops, sorry about that janky zoom. It's going to be called Spring Ball Terminal Monstrosity. And Terminal Monstrosity is what sums up the whole idea of the project. And that has a meaning. And that is going to be the thing that you figure out what the meaning of that is when you get to the last page. And it's beautiful, it's poignant, and the idea that I want to put in everybody's head is Spring Ball is the Evil Dead meets Spider-Man. And it is going to be completely off the hook. When you think about the character of Ash and his attitude about things and the things he's forced to confront and the physicality of him and the way in which he has to deal with overwhelming odds, takes a licking, keeps on ticking. That's the idea that I want for this character and what I want for this book. And it started in 2002 with this book right here, this first book right here. And what I'm doing is I'm going in and completely bringing the artwork up, but trying to keep that particular charm that the book has. So I'm bringing that stuff up to scratch, and then I'm going in and I am completing the story while adding a lot of depth to it, because I know now what the story is about. It was all there. All the pieces were there, but they needed to be brought out more. So I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to be bringing you this book. And you're going to love these characters, and more importantly, I think the first appearance of Springball is going to be absolutely dynamite. There's a handsome man in the chat here by the name of Eric Weathers. Eric, you're my boy. Eric, you're my boy. You're my boy, Eric. That's how it is. Everybody's saying hello to Eric. Eric's my man in Amsterdam. Damn, I talked to him more about probably comics and painting, than I do to, well, it's like him, Rock, and Lauren. Lauren has to hear about it the most, the missus. Oh, man, you know what's funny is that would be absolutely, for a lot of reasons, that would be hilarious, because Malin is the biggest. Malin and my brother Rocky, and actually, okay, here's how it goes in order. Mrs. Ingetti is #1 fan of Springball. Period. Next, there is my brother Rocky. Third, there is John Malin, and someone who is kind of almost ahead of most of those folks is a guy who has been a fan of Springball and just emailed me since 2002, and he goes, hey, and his name is Richard, and he has been following this stuff. Richard H. has been following Springball since 2002, and he sent me a message through my website to go, so I was just wondering, is anything going on with Springball? That is how great comic fans are. But yeah, Bretsky, you know me, I mean, John Malin is the man. I love John. You know, that dude cracks me up so much when we're on streams, and getting a smile out of him and a laugh out of him is better than anything. It's up there. Now, when I get on a stream with Shane, we just laugh till we can't. I mean, I don't even know if Shane's humoring me by laughing at this point, but I cannot stop laughing. You're my boy, Blue. Do you understand that I do not want you to die here tonight? That's how it is. We all love Eric Weathers, man. Eric is the man. A man called Plush. You are my #1 guy. You gotta love it. Bow to Eric Weathers, yeah. Yeah, Malin pushed for it. He should do a cover. I agree. He should absolutely donate a cover. I'm saying that's what Bretsky's saying. Bretsky says John Malin needs to donate a cover, and who am I to disagree with Bretsky the Great? You know, he's like, listen, John Malin should do it for free. You know, he should waive his fee, and I'm like, God, that sounds a little excessive, but if Bretsky the Great says it, okay, that's what we're going to have to do. That's what we're going to have to do. So this is the thing that so many people have asked me about and very few people have ever seen. So this is me doing my thing as far as detailing on my trackpad. And so that wraparound cover you saw me start, all of that stuff is done on trackpad. And if there's one thing that I think really hindered Springball when it first came out, that didn't hinder Nosfero, is I didn't know at that point when I was doing Springball, which, what are we going on, 22 years ago? My God. 22 years ago, I didn't know that I was a painter. And now that I know I'm a painter, I approach this this comic book in that way. In fact, guys, people have been asking me for a while about Springball, and they've said to me, well, what's your plan for the layouts? Are there going to be any original pieces for the new pages? And the answer is, I'm definitely going to be doing painted layout pages that then get photographed and brought into digital. Hang on a second. I've got a friend here. And let me get this all sorted out. So I got him covered. Where is he? Where is my boy? Where is my boy? I got to answer, and then I got to put him in a box. You don't want to put Eric Weathers in a box, but sometimes it's going to happen. Oh, my stars and garters. Look at this man. He has got... Now, are you doing that to upset Mark's music obsession? Because he hasn't been able to find it, and I feel bad for him. Eric, are you muted? Do we have the same... Where's Eric's beard?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I can hear you. Holy cow. Thank God. I was a little worried for a minute. I was a little worried. Dude, you look about 40 years younger. Which is to say, almost like a fetus. But you look good. How you doing, brother? Ninja Turtles have made you younger.
I'm a real human boy.
You are a real human boy. Look at this guy. Sexy Eric, says Mr. Monkey Boy. Does Eric have a son? Yeah, there you go, Simply Green. Do you trust that we have provided you with enough rope so that your cinder block will fall safely to the ground? I love Lamp, and I love that movie, man. That movie is so great. Blue, you're my boy. It doesn't get better than that. How have you been, brother?
Right? Good. How about you?
Good, man. It feels outstanding to have had you collaborate on this book with me, dude, and getting Nosfero where it is. I could not be more happy with your work, man.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
I'm glad to see the campaign is cooking.
It is, man. Wild. 180 backers. Wild.
That's awesome, man.
I'm so excited, dude. So happy.
Congrats.
Yep. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, it's wild to be doing painting now in digital, but I thought that would be a fun way to kind of introduce people to the other aspect of the stuff I do, including the intros to all these videos. They all depend on this particular skill set, which people don't often see.
I've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it all, dude. Let me rephrase that.
I've seen it all.
You've seen the late night pizza binges and the Ninja Turtle action figure buying. You know how it goes.
I've been there.
You've been there, man. So, yeah, man, it's craziness. And I'm excited. And I thought I've got to do a stream at the very least to say thank you to all of the amazing folks who have backed. And if you back during this somewhat short stream, my friends, are there loud noises? Uh-oh. Is that me? Do you hear loud noises? I'm concerned.
I think he's quoting Anchorman.
Oh, loud. Oh, yeah, you're right. Loud. Sorry, you're right. Yes, that's right. Brick, my hero. Loud noises. I liked the... It's my favorite bit of friendship advice.
What's that?
Brick, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. What I want you to do is maybe find a safe house, lay low, because you're probably wanted for murder. It's one of the all-time.
I haven't seen that movie in 20 years.
Good. Yep.
It's got to.
Right.
It has to have been in my college days, maybe. Maybe a bit into my early 20s. I forget, what year did it come out?
Feels like it was 1925 at this point, man. We've
Yeah,
got Michael
that's true.
B. Mike B, the man where Nosfero started in the chat.
This is what I looked like when it came out.
Yep. Yeah.
Is it 2001 already?
Oh my God, all I can tell you is I feel like when it comes to handsomeness and youthfulness, Eric, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles quarter scale figures are an accelerant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a reverse aging cream.
It takes you back. Yes, indeed. My sweet brick, says Spaceman. And speaking of sweet bricks, for a segue, if you have not yet backed Battle Brick Road 2, you need to hit that link in the description, because there is an original painting that I have done for this campaign, commissioned by Eric, and it is the most insane painting for me, because how do I put it? When I put a lot of side characters around a clear main character, that's one thing. But the side characters are like the X-Men. Wolverine, not as the leader of the X-Men, is a side character, technically. and he is
Yeah.
like Han Solo side character. And that causes problems when you're painting, Eric. It causes problems.
It can cause problems.
But it's
Some
great.
people
They're
struggle
good
with
problems to
that,
have.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You know where I'm laying down. That's how we do it.
I do know exactly where you're laying down.
Mm-hmm. That's right. He's like, I know you're laying down to die, Sean. That's correct. That's 100% where this all ends.
I wasn't going to say it, but...
man.
Yeah. So I tried painting again today for the first time.
How was it?
I gave up.
Why'd you give up?
Well, it's Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I was actually in bed, but I saw
you
the
were
link,
in bed?
Mm-hmm. And it said short, so I was like, okay, I can do a short stream.
That's right. We're doing a short stream. Yep. I got to get up early in the AM tomorrow. But I couldn't resist being with these guys because, you know, we've talked about this a lot, is that Comicsgate and everything that's happened here is really amazing. And I think the more you've been around comics and the longer you've been around comics, the more you can fully appreciate this opportunity that we've had. You know, when you're, and we both have done this, when you're trying to pitch your wares at a comic convention in a sea of people trying to cut through the noise for a few uninterrupted minutes of somebody's time when they are there to see 3 or 4 specific people that they're gonna have to wait in line for the entire time.
Yeah, they're usually just celebrities.
Yeah, it's not easy. You can't build a fan base at a convention easily, you know, and it's very fraught. And that's why Billy blows my mind, because I was watching him at the start when I'd go to conventions, and so he's been in this, you know, gangster stuff for a bit. And he just thrived in that environment. But he's a rare bird. That's like some Michael Jordan stuff right there. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. We tried for probably 6 or 7 years doing that. Yeah. And it's nah. Yeah. I'm kind of over. I haven't been to a good con in years. I don't know. Yep. I've only ever broken even. At best, I've broken even. Never done anything crazy. So.
Yep. You know what? What I like the idea of, and if people wanted to meet us at conventions and get stuff signed, I would absolutely love to do that in an informal setting. But I will tell you, I want to go to a convention. The more conventions I watch on YouTube, the more I want to go to a convention with fans, but as a fellow attendee. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to actually see.
I want all the attention on me, so I don't understand.
That's true. Yep. Yeah. Well, that's you know, different strokes for different folks.
It's true.
Sorry, I don't know if you know this about me, but that is on my list of triggers. That expression, because I think you can say it after any horrific thing, and it scares me. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It scares me, you know, so it is what it is.
Doesn't scare me.
Yeah, it doesn't. Billy is a South Philippine dwarf kingfisher. Yes, he isn't as rare as a South Philippine dwarf kingfisher. Well, that's, you know, that's your thought. Cons have to be completely local and not crazy expensive to be profitable. You're absolutely right about that. Or you have to be a big company.
Or a big name. I mean,
or a huge name.
If you're a guest and you get your plane and your table and your hotel comped.
Yep.
But I'm only ever a guest at my local show, which is not anything. So.
Yeah. And we're very spread out too. I think that's the other aspect of it in terms of our audience and our fan base.
Yeah.
You know, it's we're everywhere, and I think that this works really well. I do think it would be fun to get together, but the conventions I see that look like they're the most fun are the ones that I wouldn't be going to want to be strapped behind a booth, like the horror conventions like Monster Palooza, which is like a horror movie makeup thing, or some of the toy conventions are awesome and things like that. That's the stuff I want to go to, you know, but it's wild to think about. But I mean, if there was a Comicsgate convention, I would absolutely go, because it just has to be done. Like, I want it to be a success, and I want to go there and, meet people. I think that would be fun.
Shake babies and kiss some hands, as they say.
That's exactly right. Yep. I think, a little mace can be good for you, and just over hugging, usually leads to that.
A lingering hug.
A lingering hug, jeez. Yeah. I've had some weird ones of those before. Just like, alrighty. It's great to meet you two.
Yeah.
It's like Dumb and Dumber. I hate goodbyes. Fucking shit. Oh my lord, dude. But yeah, I mean, I've been working on, the other night I was working on the first page and really, getting into it. And I had Rock on the stream. Man, I got to get you guys to work on something together at some point. He's got to do a pinup or something, because he crushes it with his stuff. I don't know if you remember the Terror in the Trenches pinup he did for Vaughn, but where Terror's like just, it's this crazy, like almost Bruce Timm animated with the knives. And it's like he's, oh gosh, it's one of the ones in the back of Terror. Really good. Really great pinup. And I think it's actually his banner on his YouTube channel.
Well, let me check his website. It's probably on his fan section on his website.
Yeah, maybe.
RiseAgainComics.com.
Oh, thank you, Doc Brewski. I appreciate it, man. I don't know how... That might be ancient, dude. It's probably on his Twitter more likely than it is, or his YouTube. Thank you so much, Doc Brewski. And tell Cecil I said hello. And thank you for pumping that link out there, guys. We crossed 13K. I am very, very happy with where we are. Like I said, man, it's funny. I was listening to Ethan talk about Andrea hating horror movies, like being very freaked out by them. And I don't know what your better half is like or what you are like, but my better half is disturbingly unfazed by horror. And I don't know how I feel about that. It's just...
No, my wife doesn't really care for them. We watch a few. I don't really care for... I'm not a horror movie guy. I don't seek them out.
Thank you, Doc. Yeah.
So...
I
don't know. What am I looking for
aesthetics
here on Rocky's?
If you go to his YouTube, his banner is Vaughn's Terror piece, or his icon, I think, is even the piece he did for Vaughn.
Rocky's or Vaughn's YouTube?
She is, James. Oh, on Rocky's YouTube.
All right.
Yeah, so on Rocky's YouTube, I thought I had Terror.
I'll get there.
I think I have Kataru here. That's the problem. I was trying to think of what book I have of Vaughn's over here. I think it's Kataru Witch Hunter, which, if you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Yeah, okay. But it's not on the website. Vaughn needs to fix that.
Oh, the Rocky piece isn't?
Yeah, I don't see it on there. I'll have to look again.
Sounds a little racist.
More than a little. That guy.
That guy. I tell ya. Yeah, man. Oh, Vaughn. Yeah, I had a blast painting one of his characters in the John Malin Visions book. That was so much fun, man. I really love...
oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, Monster MD, man.
Yeah.
That was so fun. Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, his stuff is fun. Dan Lawless did a dynamite piece. For Terror, man. I loved that thing, man. Holy cow.
Oh, there it is. I see it. It's on his website. You scroll a little bit, but I see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. We need some Battlebrick Road from RB22.
He's the man.
Can I share this?
He's really... And you know what's funny is, man, when we were talking about painting before, we're going to get back to painting lessons just, as soon as I get through this week. But but the thing about it is that Rocky is really put himself back in school in an incredible way on his channel. I don't know if you've been watching, but he got his first Winsor Newton. I've never owned one of these, but his first Winsor Newton Series 6. And the thing that's crazy about it is that he's like, I want to do master copies. And so he's doing a master copy. He's done a master copy of a Mike Zeck page, a Will Eisner page. God, what is the other one I'm forgetting? He's doing a Mobius page.
Michael Golden.
Oh, that's right, Michael Golden. That one is, talk about a good fit too as well, man. Because when I see that Terror piece, I think of Michael Golden. I don't know if you do, but I love that. You know.
Yeah, he's wild doing master studies of comic book pages.
Yep.
Who does that?
He's like you, dude. He's super focused. Well, like I am too. We're all just like, let's learn. Let's get this done. Dan Lawless too, man. Jeez.
Is he using Ecamm as well?
Yes, he's using Ecamm for the resolution. That's why it looks so good.
It's very intriguing, yeah.
Yeah. One of the things, and I've been going back and watching my streams on television just to check the resolution, you know, so I can just kind of like flex at it and smile, occasionally kiss the screen, you know.
Kiss your biceps.
Kiss my biceps. No, but I watch my stuff, and it's, when you think about it, when people are trying to figure out how we do things, resolution matters. Like, so if you're doing a digital demo and you can read what the, you know, which layer the person's on and what the brush settings are, it's really nice. You know, same with paper.
I like watching Dave Raposa because of that.
Yep. We all do.
He does Thursday streams, and he works in Krita, of all things.
Dear heavens.
He didn't always, but there's a certain brush in there that he quote unquote pencils with. It's absolutely fascinating.
I can't believe that everybody is here, not only for the closing and the wrap up of Nosfero, but also for the launch of young Eric Weathers, as Random McRanderson just pointed out.
Yeah, I pinned a deal with Iron Studios, and we've got the young Eric Weathers launch.
Yep.
I'm excited about it. It's not $500. In fact, for everybody here in chat, it's free.
Yeah, first of all, $500 from Iron Studios, as I'm learning, is a cheap product. Because they've got the, you know, life-sized Michelangelo, you know, a limited edition of 50 that somebody apparently can buy. I mean, they've got, like, I remember when I told you when you ordered those figures and I said, just remind your wife it could always be worse. And it was the Iron Studios turtles coming out of the sewer that's life-sized. Yeah. It's a life-sized.
From the movie poster. Oh, man.
Yes. Oh, man. Yeah.
Where would that...
Yeah, a lot of people switch to Procreate. Yep.
I would want to see it in person.
Yes, I would too, for sure.
Yeah.
There were some... That's the thing about all this stuff. You know what I unboxed recently, actually, the other night on stream? On Shane's stream? I unboxed my CYBERFROG and Heather Swain figures.
Oh.
Have you gotten those?
Yeah.
Have you unboxed them?
I got mine. Yeah, I got mine. I don't keep stuff in the box.
I don't usually either. It was weird.
I got mine as a I guess a bonus, a sign-on bonus for joining All Caps Comics.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, man. And I'm gonna try with all the stuff we're doing. What's up, JD Kirby, the Wicked Witch Dark Overlord? I have arrived. Master is here now. The show can start. First of all, Master is not here when you arrive. Master is here when he arrives.
Oh my.
That's what it's about. But I was incredibly impressed by the figures. I think I had, you know, thoughts that a lot of people would have about, you know, various things, but it was just like certain things like Ethan talked about with like the head movement and things like that are very tricky to do. But I want to do, I was so impressed by what I saw with the figures that I'm actually going to try to build out just a little small like matte painted box so I could do a legit Ecamm high resolution review of the figures. Because I don't think there's a lot of good reviews. Do you know what I mean? Like the reviewers who are good at it are really good. You know, that's a skill to film figures and review them.
I was just thinking about that today. We were doing some cleaning, and Ethan's showing off his Heather Swain statue. Yeah. And I know I've had this discussion before, but I I'm more of a statue guy than a figure guy, which why
me too.
these quarter scale ones are basically statues. They're so big of the Ninja Turtles. But I have this. Let me see if I can grab it. I have this.
Yep. I have about 32 CYBERFROG
inch.
action figures. Says amoral, fat 40 ounce. Way to go. Yep, mine are still boxed. I feel like, holy cow! What the? Oh yeah, you showed me these.
Yeah. So this is from Battlefield 1, which came out, I don't know, 5, 6 years, 7 years ago, something like that. Yeah. And it's a PVC statue.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's common, but
yeah,
the hands, the arms are removable, and you can hold different weapons. So like,
oh sweet.
This is a 1911.
Yeah.
45 1911. He also has a broom handle Mauser, and then there's a shotgun or this billy club.
Broom handle Mauser, dude.
Yeah.
That gun is a thing of beauty. Yeah.
So I imagine how much more, like a Scarecrow action figure would be cool, but a Scarecrow statue would be way cooler.
Right on. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Simply Green had you. He was like Battlefield man. Yeah, my whole case for when it comes to the quarter scale Ninja Turtle figures and some of the figures that I have here, like the Godzilla X Plus stuff, it gets to be so fraught if you knock the dang thing over or if it takes a spill.
Yeah.
Repairing a statue like that Gray Hulk statue I have behind me, if that thing breaks, I have to just bury it in the backyard. Like, I don't know how the heck I could take a
funeral.
Yeah, a 2-pound arm and re-glue it on there and have it look not like crap, you know? So I really do like the fact that, you know, the NECA figures look screen accurate. What is up, David Room? I was really impressed with the Heather figure. I was too. In particular, feels really solid and fluid and posing compared to Black Series figures. I agree 100%. A 1-to-1 Scarecrow. Michael Bancroft, that's all he's saying.
Let's do that. Yeah, he's what, 6'5", I think? I forget the exact. Yeah.
And Moral Fat 40 Ounce says he made a killing on Ethan's figures because he had them real cheap by accident. Oh my God. Joseph Pantalone, it's good to see you, my friend. I heard Mego are doing monster figures. Yes, they did some Hammer Horror stuff. And speaking of which, guys, speaking of Hammer Horror, if you get nothing else from me about, you know, Nosfero, Hammer Horror and Universal Monsters are the influence. That's what I picture when I'm painting this stuff because I love color. And strangely enough, it's been really great to have a touchstone when it comes to what I'm doing with Spring Ball now, because the aesthetic of Spring Ball, I've been trying to figure out whatever the hell that was, and the one that I've come up with is it's always been Evil Dead. It's always been that kind of Sam Raimi, you know, what in the Sam Hill, you know, is going on here. You know, like there are no monsters in Spring Ball's world until he meets his first two monsters. That's what you're seeing in the book. And so he's kind of like, monsters aren't real. Like, this isn't a thing. What's real are all these sickos preying on kids and, you know, the innocent. And that's what I'm here to fight. And then he's kind of like, oh, damn, I'm out of my depth. Like, I thought I was the only special thing that was out there.
Do you find it difficult to work on something that's so old in a style that you haven't dealt with in a long time?
No. Because Eric, I am a special boy, and I think we know what I mean by special.
We do know that, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're into trains, but you know, we've had this conversation before, and it still terrifies my wife. It terrifies her coworkers. I will be sitting there listening to somebody, and then they will stop talking. And they're just looking at me, and I go, oh, this is the part where you think about what I'm thinking while you're talking, right? Where you try to guess what my expression means when I'm listening. SDA in the house, it's great to see you. And of course, channel member Jeremy Burtz, it is great to see you, brother. Hail to you. We're talking Spring Ball, you know, nothing more. We're talking Nosfero. We're talking about this crazy place. But, you know, it's not that hard for me to go back to it because I think because of that whole idea of confronting the aspect of the fallacy of control, which is this is me realizing that, or me giving into the fact that there's a lot of people who are really excited about this book and want me to do it, and it's for them. And it's the same thing with Nosfero. There's this really peaceful thing where you just want to give people what they want. And I think that's, you probably know what I mean. When we're talking to you about the cover for the beautiful Battle Brick Road 11x17 poster book, the link is in the description. I've got a painting in there. Dan's got a painting in there. You get to a certain point where you start going, maybe this loose background I have here is good. All these artists are saying it's good. Maybe I gotta.
That's all I needed to hear.
Let it breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Though we all need that. We all need that. And that's kind of where it's at with this. I think Comicsgate has given me and the fans and everybody going and buying all these back issues and driving up the price of Spring Ball back issues now has made me realize it's like, oh, like this book, and hearing from, I don't know if you were listening when I said this before, but
no,
a
I'm not
fan
ever listening.
who has been writing me about Spring Ball since 2002, like he bought the books, he'd write me every now and again to say, hey, is there anything new coming on with it, just wrote me, I think a couple of days ago. So from 2002 to now, this guy has been asking about when is there going to be more Spring Ball, and for the first time I can say soon. Yeah, this year.
So you finally got my letters.
Yes, I did. Yep, it's true. Well, it took me a while to crack those weird glyphs and codes that were in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know?
well, I had to cut them out of foreign magazines.
You know, not only is the Comicsgate lore ridiculous, but the jokes require such a freaking historical knowledge. I was telling Lauren, it's like when we get together, men get together, we just communicate through movie quotes, and you have to know the quotes. What is up, Mortal V? The phallic C of control. Yes, indeed, that's right. Phallic control. Thank you for dropping the link, guys. Nosfero the Cryptwalker. If you back it on this stream, please let me know. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm not into trans either, but I do like Transformers, which, by the way, if we had Transformers money, Transformers is going nuts right now. Ninja Turtles and Transformers. Nuts.
Yeah. I didn't grow up with the Transformers. It was off of my radar. I didn't watch the cartoon. I didn't watch the movie. The first Transformers I saw was when Michael Bay, like for real, saw. Friends had toys, but I don't think I ever watched the cartoon. So might have
Shane
just been
Davis
before my
doesn't
time.
like Transformers at all.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When this is the thing too, and this is what I love. You know, we're at the start of this thing, but Comicsgate has got an outstanding fan base, man, and I can admire. Like I saw this really great thing on X, and it was in my feed, and for all my whatever. Yeah, Charlotte refuses to acknowledge who this kid is. I know. It's young Eric Weathers. There's going to be a statue soon. We already covered that.
I just got done modeling for it.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's just revealing enough, you know?
Just revealing enough. And, you know, the thing about it for me was that, what do you call it? Someone was saying you may have seen this on X. You can't just say a random number and have people understand what you're talking about. And J.K. Rowling responded to it with 9 3/4. And
yeah, I saw somebody write 8675309.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but what was so interesting to me about it is I thought, how in the heck, like, do people grasp how huge that is? Yeah, if people don't get 42, I don't even know what to say. But that was the point, just unraveled. You know, like it was a point that maybe sounded good before it came out of the guy's mouth. Oh my God, OG channel member and always a great guy to see. Duck Bacon is here. Hail to you, man. And he says, hail Eric, hail chat, amen. Oh, I don't know that one, Simply Green.
That's the sign for cancer.
That's what it is. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And there's a link to Battle Brick Road 2. Right there, guys. That poster book is
Thank
a
you, Moral
poem.
V.
Yep. Right on, right on. Hail Duck Bacon. Look at this. Yo, Duck. Everybody's excited, man. Pie. Oh, yeah. 3.14 means time to go and get some late night pie at Walmart. That's what I say. Oh, my God. But yeah, it's such a cool thing, and you know, it's like I needed to get a stream going because I wanted to say thank you to everybody. The blur of launching these campaigns, you know, it goes so fast. I was, you know, came in, I did my first 2 crowdfunds without the amazing support of Comicsgate, and then I came in here, and I didn't know. I'm just like a lot like you guys. I mean, I just was saying hi to people and hey, you know, and like your stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then people would see my artwork and things would go from there. But I did not know anybody in this space. And that is unique to my time going to conventions and showing my work, is that you could actually do what they used to talk about people being able to do. Not know anybody and get in to showing people your work and have people go, oh, that's cool, and things can happen if it's good. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. The fun part was the pitch. And when you're at the convention and you're trying to, like, it's easier to do it like, in front of somebody to try and like get them to cast that lure out there to try to get them to bite on it.
Yep.
Got pretty good with it on Flying Fortress. I still never really been quippy enough with it for Battle Brick Road. I don't just want to say it's Wizard of Oz with guns. That can hook. Yeah. It's okay. It needs a little bit more explanation.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I feel more comfortable with Spring Ball now than I did with Nosfero, because Nosfero is like, when I was just sitting there and I go, how would I describe this? And I, you know, it's like all of the stuff was there. I have to see it before I can figure it out, which is, you know, wild because you're creating it. You can't really pitch it before you see it. And with Spring Ball, I just went, this is Evil Dead meets Spider-Man, and I just started just chuckling because I could apply that to all of the various aspects of it. You know, I could apply that to let me see if I can make this happen here without crashing everything. I gotta save this. I will tell you, the amount of tech savvy that we have to do this stuff is kind of incredible.
Yeah.
And it still crashes. Let me see here.
What's crashed? Photoshop?
Oh, no. Photoshop hasn't crashed, but I was just saying that no matter how, you know, much we have to learn streaming, we have to learn, you know, all of that stuff. And it's all a part of the job. You know, it's all a part of the job. So I'll give you guys, if I can figure this out here. Let me see here. Update, modified links. Can't show that because that's a little too spoilery. But let's see here. Okay, let's try this. And then we're going to go to, I want InDesign. There we go. So this right here is the breakdown process of this book, and then this is where we get into some of the reworks.
Hang on a second. You've clearly got comic book dimensions, but at 8.5 by 11.
Yep, that's right.
What are you doing?
That one just got rotated somehow. Sorry. There we go. Yes, I do.
Why? What's
well,
happening?
It's a part of the layout process. My plan is to explore the layouts is all I'm going to say, and what I'm going to do when I refine it.
Okay.
Not positive, but things like this are where certain adjustments have been made. So it's going to be bananas, this book.
You made the bulge bigger.
I might have.
Yeah.
It's not everything.
That's from issue 1, yeah?
You know.
That's issue 1?
This is issue 1 right here.
All right, bring that back up. I got to see what's the difference. I got my spring balls right here at the ready.
Okay. Oh, you're going to see a few
through
things.
My spring balls.
This is really going to be different. Not the background.
So right there on the truck?
Oh, let me go to page 1. I gotta go to page 1.
I just got to. I have to flip all the way back to the front.
Go to this page and you'll see the difference. Take a look at that face.
That's not page. Oh yeah. Okay. Most definitely much better.
Because I get to paint now.
The dialogue's different too.
Oh yeah. That one was a little
sitting in the dark, so it's hard for me to look.
That was a very self-referential, I think, nose. I that's how I feel about it. It just depends on how someone sees it. But yeah, this was the this is me breaking down and fixing, you know, the various things that I wanted to do. I wanted to have certain, you know, elements of the transformation just way more, you know, playful, you know, animation style. But I will tell you, the biggest mistake I made on this book was this entire book was hand lettered. And by it being hand lettered, what I ran into is I have to paint out and draw around the lettering I move. And I go, shiitake mushrooms.
Yeah.
Eric.
Do you have... Are the colored pages all you have to work with?
Yep. I mean, I have the originals, but they're so different.
Yeah.
You
that's
know?
true, yeah.
It's like they're, yeah. It's rough stuff, man. It's all part of the process. So yeah, that's the stuff I've been working on the most. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. The Netflix movie will come out first. Yeah, you're right. I embedded lettering into Waking Dream. That was fun to undo, says Michael Bancroft. Yeah, that happens. Yep. Oddcast. Yeah, I mean, dude, this book is... This is going to be a serious book. Yep, now you know what the ball in Spring Ball is about. Darn right. But yeah, this book is just crazy, you know, in terms of what is, you know, what the stuff I'm adjusting, the stuff I'm fixing. I was trying to do a ton of stuff when I was really young. You know, I was 22 when I did this book. And that's, or was I 22? No, I wasn't 22. I was older than that. Oh my God, how old would I have been? Maybe I was
2002.
I don't even know how. Yeah, I was born in 1976. This was 2001, 2002 when I did this, so I have no idea what that number is, but it was something in my 20s. And I was dealing with Diamond Comics distribution. I was dealing with printers. I was dealing with penciling, inking, writing, coloring, and it was not the time for that at all. It was not the time, you know? And I was, you know, designing the character and trying to figure out what he was going to be about and how various aspects of his powers were going to work. You know, particularly the anchor that he's got that he can throw, and it's like it can blunt force hit people, or he can make it suction cup to various things and then undo it. Like, I was figuring out how this whole character worked. And then, you know, having fun with a particular type of criminal that we all despise getting captured by a frog monster and dissected, which I thought would be fitting and deserved fate for him. And that was the stuff that, for me, was just like, I mean, look at the craziness. I mean, there's so much of this is one of my favorite pages in the entire book, because this was the view outside of our apartment in Providence, Rhode Island. So it's like I'm actually like in the heart of Lovecraft's stomping ground. So this version of it will feature Lovecraft, and the mailman is going to be made to look like Edgar Allan Poe, who also spent time there. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure the plan for this was Bruce Campbell's chin, if you're with us, was for this to be Ash's car from Evil Dead. So that, I mean, I can't overstate like how I didn't remember doing any of this till I went back to the book. I was making reference, because you have the original copies, I make a reference to the doctor's laboratory on Sentinel Hill, which is a reference to the Dunwich Horror. And so there was tons of reference to that kind of stuff. This face has been completely reworked, a lot of changes there. And then you get to issue 2, which I think was probably my best cover out of the 2. This one was a good one. And I just went nuts on the detail.
So
and
you did,
snuck in
you mean the two, 1 and 2. You didn't do variant covers. You just mean the 2 covers between 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just had a cover for each book. I can't even imagine how I would have done anything, but I was so out of it. But I look at this one, and the thing about this that's kind of cool is, and it's so crazy to think of, when you were asking me what's the idea of having an 8.5 by 11, my attitude is I want to try to make these books, I want to make them go together as much as possible. So I'm doing a little bit like what Dave Stevens did on The Rocketeer, when he kind of tried to reformat it to make it 8.5 by 11 and a little bigger. And I'm just figuring it out as I go. But that's right there. That's my wedding anniversary. WED 819 LRP plus SSE equals MC squared. That's my kid's birth date. And so I would always sneak in all of these little things into the background. And then this is one of the portraits of Springball's inventor. And this is where I'm going in and putting the detail in now. So this is all been reworked in trackpad. So yeah, that's just digital painting for me.
You're a madman.
Dude, thank God I have friends like you, man.
Well,
because man, we can talk about Howard Pyle.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about Howard Pyle and go, what the heck is going on? Hail CG Slacker 23. You know
so
it.
I actually have something to tell you. I was watching it's not a documentary. I subscribe to this publishing company called Canon Press. They have a thing called Canon Plus. It's a bunch of Christian nonsense, and they do a lot of children's books. And they have a book by Forrest Dickinson. It's called some kid goes to jump in a puddle, and the puddle he like falls into like this world of pirates, this frog pirates.
Yeah.
And as my wife and I are watching it, and as we're watching it, he's flipping through the book, and there's a shot of the pirate ship sailing away in the rough seas, and I go, I did that, DiCaprio thing, and I said, that's Howard Pyle. My wife was like, what?
Yes.
And I brought up the painting.
Yes.
I said he's homaging Howard Pyle there, and then 5 minutes later into the thing, he's like, so this is thing I'm referencing from this. Howard Pyle's my favorite illustrator. Blah blah blah. It's like, see, I told you.
This is what it is. It's like when I met Brian, and we talk about this. My mentor Brian Stelfreeze is who I pay everything forward from, because you can't and he said this about his mentors, in the book, you can't repay that. You have a responsibility to pay it forward. That's all you can do. And the thing for me is that it's like he opened this door to my history as an American artist. Like he reconnected me with my heritage. And that's incredible. Howard Pyle is where it starts for us. And he's so good, man. He's so good. He's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Are there any good I want to watch are there any good documentaries about him?
Well, think about it this way, man. Like, if you want to talk about what are some of the pitfalls that we're dealing with, is exactly that. We have the technology for any person to do research, get images, do slow pans, and do a solid documentary on him, but we do not have them. We don't. And we need great Howard Pyle, non-politicized, the new PBS, Howard Pyle was, of course, not aware of the colonialist blah, 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 when he was, you know what I'm saying? We need someone to go, Howard Pyle worked with this media, He transformed the way that we saw freaking pirates. Like, he's like, this is what pirates are. And Walt Disney went, I'll have those for Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what happened.
Those are mine now.
When you see the chins on the pirates in Pirates of the Caribbean, they're N.C. Wyeth and Howard Pyle pirates, and you can't unsee it. You know? I actually pointed at the screen in Pirates of the Caribbean, the dead man's chest, in the bright, stark sunlight with the like white sand beaches when they get out, the creatures. I went, this is that fight scene in the Howard Pyle in the sunlight with the waves crashing. They're staging, an N.C. Wyeth pirate fight scene in broad daylight. Right. This is incredible. You know,
that's fantastic.
It's so good, man.
I gotta get that too. I have the Wyeth books. Yeah. I was looking at my kid's bookshelf, and it was I think it was a Robin Hood book, and the cover. You know, the author said Howard Pyle, and I was like, this can't be the same guy. I mean, why would he have somebody else illustrate a book? This doesn't make sense. Yeah. So, but lo and behold, it was Howard Pyle, the very same.
Howard Pyle. Man. You know? Oof.
You got me.
So good.
Got me hooked in.
And this is the thing, too, guys. So, Nosfero the Crypt Walker has a couple more hours left. In its second 30 days. I would love for you guys to back it if you haven't backed it yet. But if there's something that has been awesome and why it's been so fun to collaborate on the book when having Eric doing the letters, is because what Comicsgate proves with Nosfero is that a very classically illustrated comic book done in traditional media has a home inside of this space. And that's the lineage that I think you and I are both very inspired by. Like, we get a lot of energy from it, you know? It's like fuel for us. And we both love painting, and we both are fascinated by this. And some of the best stuff, and I appreciate all of you guys in the chat who have backed the book already. I know there are many of you. But one of the things that happen off stream that may find their way onto streams at some point is the fact that we are getting together as artists and kind of going, all right, I want to show you this particular media technique, which is what's so essential to any successful movement in art. No, Doc, that's not Eric Weathers. That's young Eric Weathers, trademark.
Yeah, trademark. Okay. Definite, legally distinct from.
Yes, legally distinct from.
Yeah.
That's right.
I had to name myself that, so Eric Weathers Prime wouldn't sue me.
What was scary is he has a younger son named Eric that you haven't heard of before, who trademarked Eric Weathers Sr., which in a bold move, in a very bold move. Talk about being flanked. I mean, that was
no kidding,
outstanding.
Yeah, came in clutch, as they say.
Yep, 1-1 for the Gipper. That's what he did. But it's funny too, because John Malin always laughs at this, but I go, John, I promise you, if you look at my paintings in the right way, you can see the Todd McFarlane influence. And he goes, you're out of your mind. But it really is there. I feel like you've probably looked at my work more than anybody outside of my brother Nick and my wife. And so you've probably seen some of these particular lines I do in creatures and textures that I do a little bit more of when I'm doing ink lines, you know? It's all there.
It's all there, man.
It's just, that's the fun. Oh, wow, I remember this page. Yeah, this page got damaged in our basement flooding, and it wouldn't matter if I had it because I'm reworking so much of it, but these are the things I learned from Spawn, and I learned from Tom Orzechowski that I really wanted to do. You know, him grabbing the beaker, the great shots of, you know, it's about to hit the eye, and then crunch, total Tom Orzechowski reference, you know? And then just the blood and the lettering mixed together. Like, that's the stuff I wanted to really have fun with when I was doing this book.
It's all a part of the whole layout. It's all a part of the whole story. It works really well. You can tell you put a lot of thought into it. Even the young Shanthan Jetty put a lot of thought
Even
into it.
yeah, which is, by the way, legally distinct from slightly inflated and then slightly deflated aging Shanthan Jetty. You know, which is you know, it's tragic. This right here is one of my favorite ones, which is this panel was really inspired, and I think I pulled it off very well, but it was inspired by the insane stuff that Will Eisner does with lettering meeting perspective. Will Eisner is a genius. You know? I mean, he just, man, he humbles you. And then here's another double page spread that's getting reworked, which I was just trying to get the ferocity of the head smashing into the, you know, the table there where there was already blood, and just kind of getting it to flow, you know? So I'm just roughing in with paintbrushes, some hand lettering and things, because I intend to keep, you know, doing that stuff, and then using some of the things from Paint that I can do now.
I like that. Yeah.
You know? It's like, whoops. It's like, oh well. And that's the stuff, by the way. The you know, the surgical scissors going through the tongue, like, this is where I'm getting, you know, the Sam Raimi stuff that I love, you know, the Evil Dead, you know, spatula stuff. Yes, Phil, it is Eric Weathers' son. Eric Weathers Sr. Again, it was a bold move. And you know, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're throwing down. I'm picking it up. I've been saying it for years.
Not saying much.
Yeah, because you got to talk, man. Because if you don't, I'm going to start pulling up quarter scale figures.
See, now, if you would let me get a word in edgewise, as the kids say.
That's right.
But you just don't. It's like,
yep.
The first time I rode a four-wheeler, I don't know, it was 7 or 8. I didn't really understand gas and brake, and
Dude,
yeah, it's just holding on for dear life. Yeah. Holding on for dear life. That's what it's like being on your stream. It's just,
dude,
you know,
do you remember how old were you the first time you got on a four-wheeler?
Like I said, 6 or 7. I was in kindergarten, so
yep.
However old you are in kindergarten, I don't know, 5, 6, I don't know. But we were at my dad's softball games. We're at one of my dad's softball games, and we're on the diamond, and I rev it, and because they're telling me what to do, but I don't know what it is. I don't get it. And I hit the gas, and I head straight for the backstop, and I slam into it, and I'm launched out of the seat. I still have my hand on the handlebars, and I go like straight into the chain link fence, smash my face into it, and I had a welt of the diamond of the chain link fence on my forehead.
That is actually what we call a fortunate four-wheeler story, right? So
absolutely.
There was a time when it was like I went over to some kid's house, and there was this little park area that had a circle that he would just ride his four-wheeler in, and the ground was, of course, tore up. It was like a dirt path. And we were each getting turns, not accompanied or supervised by an adult, to ride like a four-wheeler. For a full-grown adult, it would be like straddling a Volkswagen and driving it around. Like, it is so much bigger than you when you're little. And one of the slightly older kids spun out and took it into a tree. Thank God he only scraped all the skin off his shin, because he could have pinned it into the tree when he spun out off of this thing. And we were just like, all right, I guess we're done riding this thing. Time to go home and get him some medical attention. That's how the stories end, man.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. My friend. It'll be worth it if you buy a painting. Let me tell you that. They're beautiful.
I had a friend who we were on my street. Again, we were 10 or younger, somewhere in that range. And he was on a skateboard and I was on my bike, and I would ride towards him and make like honking sounds like I was going to crash into him, and then I'd veer off to the one side or the other, right, just in time to not hit him. We did that 3 or 4 times. And then the last time we did it, he fell the same way that I was barreling towards. I slammed right into him, and I tore his ear off of his skull.
Oh my god.
Like he could peel his ear
Yep.
off. Like it didn't
Yep.
come all the way off, but you could. It was like it was loose.
It was hanging.
Yeah, it was just hanging out there. Yeah, I dropped my bike and ran up the street to my house, and my mom was home. I was like, "Mom," she was a nurse, so she's used to seeing that stuff.
Don't you love nurse reactions to crisis?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost
they're
anticlimactic.
so chill.
Yeah, just walk out and they're like, "Oh, well, another ear off." Like it really loses it. For you, it was your ear came off. For me, it was a Tuesday. But it was, it's, what's so funny too, and as far as about buying the head sketches, they're the watercolor painted head sketches, they're paintings, man. It's so funny. I can't stop, won't stop. I love doing those commission paintings because they're going to a good home. And someone's gonna be excited. It's like when I'm working on the pinups for you and Mike. It's and even the one I did for Razor Fist, it's like I know you guys, we talk back and forth about this stuff, and it's just it's so cool because we're invested in character, we're invested in all of this stuff, and it's freaking fantastic. It's just great stuff, man. So
it's fun to play in somebody else's sandbox. Did I just say that? I mean, like, it's not a sandbox. It's not a sandbox, but it is. It's you can take the reins on a character and. I don't know if I've ever. It's fun to do, but I don't know if I've ever done it where I'm completely satisfied with the piece after I'm done. Yeah. Except, I think my most recent one, I've done a cover for Silence Too Good, and I had a lot of fun with that. So,
Barb Rogers gifted 1 Shanthan Jetty art membership, and Slacker 23 received it. Barb, we thank you. I'm sending a cheerleader your way right now. If it works. Interesting.
It's not working. I'm going to have to step up, aren't I?
Yeah, you're going to have to step up. She froze for a minute. She was intimidated by Barb. Guys, there is Nosfero, the Crypt Walker, second chance. Thank you so much, Barb Rogers. I truly appreciate it, Miss Solar Terror. Much love. And yes, you absolutely won. Thank yous to Barb Rogers. Yep, CGMVP. 100% Doc Brewski. Mike likes tacos, likes cheerleaders. Barb is a hot applause. There you go. That's right. Look at that. All the love, guys.
All of it.
We appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, let's see if we can. Do I have my reactions on? I don't know if I do. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Isn't it cute? So yeah, guys, beautiful. We're going to continue to do what we do here on this channel, guys, and all of you guys who are channel members, who have been channel members since the last show, you're going to have your names in the credits. And, Eric, Dan, and I are going to be getting together, talking some streams, talking some art, talking some paintings and all that kind of stuff, because that's really what we want to do going forward. And so this whole, Spring Ball being street-level Lovecraft and Nosfero being very much Solomon Kane, John Milius's Conan in a kind of Hammer horror period piece, supernatural adventure comic. That's the stuff. I want to mix the gothic with the more modern Evil Dead kind of fun aspects of Lovecraft, and I think we're going to come up with some cool stuff here. Some very cool stuff. And I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, man. It's going to be great, guys. So let me double check. I just want to look at Nosfero real quick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to share it on screen, but because I've got a lot of technology happening here. But yeah, I mean, I tell you, if you ever want me to walk you through Ecamm and all of its crazy capabilities, oh my gosh, guys, hang on a second. 2 hours left. I tell you what, man. Lauren goes, you seem a little jittery, and I go, no matter how many times I do this, it's so exciting, man. It's so exciting. I have to share this number with you guys for purely, so what I'm looking for, ill reasons, I think might be the way of putting it. I am so thrilled because there are 3 threes lined up in the middle of this number on my campaign, and Eric knows how challenged I am when it comes to things like this.
Your life's a bit of a struggle.
Yep, that's right. And on either side, there's a 1 and a 5, and 15 is 5, times 3. I mean, it's like all wonderful, Eric. Everything is coming up roses, and I will soon be attaching red strings to everything in my room and then taken away and put down. But I have to tell you, guys, $13,335, 182 backers as we wrap up this stream. It's also 133 here for anybody who's also excited about the number 33. I'm not saying you have to be. You don't have to be crazy to work here, but I am. I believe is the quote. So, guys, thank you, Eric, for being here. Thank you for lettering and doing such an incredible job on Nosfero. Stick around for a second so I can say hello and thank you even more, and then you can run off to bed. And I want to tell you, I'm the only one that always sees 3:33 change at the store, random glance the clock. I always see 3:33. I understand. You and I are brothers, Doc Brewski.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Personally,
you do
12:34. Oh yeah, almost every day.
See, there you go. I've come to the right place. Thank you, channel members. Thank you, Jeremy Birds. Thank you, all of you guys. Barb Rogers, you are the MVP. Thank you so much. Mike Likes Tacos, Doc Brewski, all of you fine people. Timmy Mello, awesome one. Passmaster Dan, you guys are amazing, and I thank you for your continued support. You're going to see your names in the credits. As I like to say, my name is Shanthan Jetty. This is Shanthan Jetty Art on a night stream. Coming to you live from the heart of Lovecraft Country in the birthplace of American religious liberty. My name is Shanthan Jetty Art. I am here with the great, never get it twisted, Eric Weathers. And we're here talking about Nosfero, celebrating what you guys have been able to do, looking forward to Spring Ball. And as I always like to say, wait for your name in the credits. You guys are going to see your names in these credits. But please, speak easy, stay gold, keep the faith, and as we like to say, peace be with you guys. I appreciate you so much. Here are the credits, and Eric, I will see you in a second. Hail all of you guys. Thank you, Comicsgate. You guys are the best, and I will see you guys very, very, very soon. Take care.
Peace.
See if this works. Come on, guys.
You can't show me the ropes of this if you can't get it to work yourself. Why isn't it working? Shant, it's not working.
I know it never works.
Why is it?